it's given a nod to the Rafale deal, and this is clearing the Rafale and the Scorpene as well. The details that have been coming in, because this is going to be a big ticket announcement with regards to the defense sector. That is also being said as far as the significance which is also being attached, and also announcing the procurement of nearly 26 naval variant Rafale jets from France. That further solidifies their ongoing defense cooperation, and also when it comes to a substantial deal for joint development of an aircraft engine in India, that is also set to be on the pipeline. So we are told this underscores the comprehensive nature of the bilateral partnership between India and France. Remember, even when it comes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while who is expected to land in Paris at the Orly airport in a short while from now, we're also looking at how he is also being invited as the guest of honor for the Bastille's Day celebration, and the Indian Tri-Services contingent also will be participating in the parade. That further exemplifies the growing military cooperation between the two countries. And additionally, when it comes to the Rafale fighter jets from the Indian Air Force, will be joining the flypast along with their French counterparts. That further symbolizes the operational integration and also shared commitment when it comes to enhancing joint capabilities. This is a big deal. Even if we talk about the defense deals, as far as the Defense Acquisition Council is concerned, that is being led by Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh. Srinjoy, good afternoon. What are the necessary approvals that have now been given after this meeting?
Well, what we know is that the Rafale deal, that is for, as you rightly said, 26 Rafale fighter jets for the Navy, have been cleared, as have three, the Scorpene deal. We are hearing 2 or 3 have been cleared. And that's particularly important because the Navy desperately needs submarines, and the submarines that the Navy has, many of them are going to retire in about 5 years. So that time, particularly for patrolling and controlling the Indian Ocean region, you will need submarines, and these submarines will be very useful. They, of course, will be part of the Atmanirbharata project. They are likely to be made in Mumbai by Mazda, which has already made sense. So that's really the important point. What we are hearing, that these 2 things have been cleared by the Defense Acquisition Council, which is chaired by the Defense Minister and includes the Defense Secretary, the DRDO Chief, and of course, the 4 chiefs, the CDS and the 3 service chiefs.
Right, Srinjoy, because these developments will not only bolster when it comes to India's defense capabilities, but also when it comes to technology exchange and the advancements. We are told that will also be, when it comes to the agenda being a decider factor when it comes to the talks that will be happening bilaterally with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and with the French President.
Well, as far as these 2 deals are concerned, at least as far as the submarines are concerned, that technology has already been transferred, because 6 of those submarines have been made in India already, and there are 5 of them are already with the Navy. The 6th will be commissioned fairly shortly, perhaps early next year. Now that leaves the Navy with 3 more, possibly 3 more submarines to get in the next 5 or 6 years. That's how it is. As far as the Rafale is concerned, again, there is very little difference. There are some differences, certainly, but there are fewer differences between the Rafale that the Air Force has and this one. Of course, the undercarriage will be different. The rear part of the plane will be different. Of course, there will be differences, but in many ways, they are similar. Now, that is already with India, 36 planes. Now, these 26 will come. But in the long run, the French have been very open and very clear that if you want the technology, we will give it to you. For instance, with this engine that will one day be developed jointly by DRDO and one of the foreign firms, Safran has already given all information regarding its possible cooperation with DRDO. Now, GE and Rolls-Royce are expected to do the same. But the French have always been very open when it came to technology transfers. And it has to be said, and this should not be forgotten, that in 1998, France supported India after the nuclear blasts. It was the only Western country which supported India, which is why today the French are the first country with a strategic partnership, And that is why this 25-year thing.
All right. Srinjoy, just stay on with us. I'm told that Mr. Sushant Sareen is here with us on the broadcast. Sir, good afternoon to you, Sushant. What do you have to say as far as, the DAC giving a green signal? Because here is India also counting on the French expertise in technology, and also when it comes to the technology transfer, this is something that will further enhance defense preparedness for India.
No, I think it makes a lot of sense to go in for the Rafales for the aircraft carriers, as well as for the Scorpene submarines. While we are developing our own nuclear submarines, I think we need the conventional submarines as well. And our submarine fleet has been, there's been atrophying in the submarine fleet. So to that extent, I think this is a good decision to take. I just hope it doesn't take 20 years for the equipment to come, like it happened in the case of the Rafales, the first lot of Rafales which came. But I think it's also good that the government, is not getting dissuaded by the noise which appears in Indian media or in the Indian political system against these kind of defense deals. We desperately require to beef up our defenses, given the kind of security challenges we are facing. France has proved to be a very reliable partner. And if there are technology transfers and joint development projects that are part of the new deal that is being worked out, so much the better for us.
Right. Sushant, thanks very much for that. Because Srinjoy, Sushant has raised that point as far as we are also looking at indigenization, as you mentioned, also with the agreement